Hi, Chris Brown with Lifeline Business Solutions. Now that we have the formal introductions out of the way from my last video blog, I thought we would attack a subject that is critical to most every business. Unless your company is capital rich and you can operate off your own cash flow, you're going to need an operating line of credit with your bank. So what do you do if the bank decides to pull the plug on your demand loan? I call this dealing with lenders who misbehave because if they make this decision, you have very little time to react. With the struggles companies have endured throughout this recession and thereafter, this has been all too common an experience. So to demonstrate your options, I have Rebecca White to assist me as the General Manager of ABC Motorsports and Marine Limited. Hi Rebecca. You sounded really concerned on the phone. So what's up?
Hi, Chris. Well, I submitted our year-end financials to the bank last week as per their request, and I'm very concerned what they might do as a result of us showing a loss for the second year in a row. I also submitted a 4-page written business plan report on our customer demographics, traffic statistics, and planned marketing strategies for this year in hopes that it would satisfy any fears they may have about our company.
Well, your concern is well founded because often banks will reduce or even worse, call your operating loan under these circumstances. Well, your business plan was a good attempt to try to give the bank some information. Ultimately, it's what I call fluff. It's not going to make any difference to their decision. What you have to understand is there's no moral conscience when it comes to lending. Even if you've been a good customer of the bank for many years, their decision is based on the perception of risk that your company represents.
Well, if they do that, we're out of business.
Well, let's not panic just yet. What kind of security do they have on your company?
Well, they have an assignment on our receivables, inventory, term deposit, and personal guarantee from the owner.
Okay, so they're well secured, but that's not going to make a difference in their decision if their perception is that the risk is beyond their tolerance.
So what do we do?
Well, banks want hard, cold numbers. They're going to want to see what your goals and objectives are for the next fiscal year and your strategies to achieve them. They're going to want a pro forma profit and loss statement, a balance sheet, a cash flow projection, and they're going to want to see your business plan worksheets that shows them how you arrived at these numbers.
Well, I'm a pretty proficient accountant, but I'm not sure where to start.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. All I need you to do is provide me with your total sales in unit numbers by month for each product group for last year, and then a projection for the same for this fiscal year.
My concern is that while our sales have declined, our expenses have gone up. So how is a business plan going to show a change to this situation?
That's a good question. Before we prepare your business plan, I'm going to do a financial performance analysis on your company. This is on your company for the last 5 years accountant prepared statements. This is going to show us your financial trends. It's going to show your equity leverage, your margin analysis, your inventory turns, your cash flow performance, and some key expense percentages.
How is that going to help?
Well, I have a number of industry financial trends that helps me to assess your strengths and weaknesses. Once we have this information, we can build you a realistic plan that incorporates changes that's going to take your company towards profitability. Now, we've got to be careful because the plan's got to be realistic. If we inflate the numbers, the bank's going to see through this. So we got to use this information based on your last 5 years to identify these strengths and weaknesses, and then we're going to incorporate them into building a business plan that makes sense and that allows you to make the changes that are going to show profitability.
Will this really work?
Well, I'll tell you, there's no guarantees in life, but I have clients that have been very successful at renewing and in some cases even increasing their operating line of credit with the bank. I even have a customer that contacted me after he got a call from his account manager saying that if it hadn't been for the business plan, he never would have got the approval for the increase in operating line. So the system does work. What you got to understand is you're building trust with the bank, that they can see that you have a sound business plan that they can put faith in and shows that your company is going to be profitable. The bank's decision is usually based on a number of criteria, but the most important is your projected profit and the equity that you're building in your company. And that gives them the sense of security that they're investing in a good company through your operating line of credit.
So when do we start?
Well, we should have started this before you submitted your year-end financial statements, but in your case, now. Because if the bank does provide you with a notice, typically it'll give you 30 days to react. And if the 30 days expires, what they'll start to do is claw out your deposits and apply them against your outstanding balance, and we don't want that to happen.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's get to work.
Okay, Rebecca, we'll start this right away. Now, Rebecca's situation is a common occurrence in business. It can even be a result of a change in bank management. I think a lot of us have seen that over the years, where a new account manager comes in or a new bank manager comes in and changes the criteria for lending, or maybe just doesn't like the industry. So it's imperative that you have a business plan at the ready at all times, because not only is this a roadmap for you to move your company towards profitability, you can also use it to support your position with your inventory finance company and your suppliers. So I can't impress enough that you should get busy and do your business plan now. And if you need help, give me a call. You have my contact information. Thanks for listening.